Walking is a constant in my life and in my art. It motivates me and it leads me to the people and to the places I photograph. Taken for what it is, a basic process in the making of my art, it gives me time to uncover and to gather the images I work with. I tend to gravitate to chance encounters, photographing incidental and ordinary activity. There is something attractive and seductive and wholly informative about capturing the ho-hum of pedestrian activity, of examining the reticent hosts, the people and the objects that populate the environments and situations perceived to be unremarkable or unnotable. Each of the images that come from these settings describe a fact I know little or nothing about. But they are all clue makers. They are discovered bits and pieces of narrative, a created memory of a person or of an object being here and having been there. It's revealing to choose these images as subject matter while at the same time access and use the formal visual qualities of each photo to create underlying abstraction in the assemblages I make. The photographs I take are candid. There is no setup. These are point and shoot, often with a telephoto lens. I'm almost always moving, so I approach what I do practically. Sometimes I join with passers-by and crowds and pose as a curious pedestrian. Other times I keep a distance and blend with the scenery. It's telling to fill the role of pedestrian as both the noun and as the adjective. I take a lot of photographs in preparation for each body of work I make. After each shoot, I gather the images together and organize the photos in regard to time, to location, to subject matter, whatever those particular photographs make known. Then I shuffle and repeat the process of organizing again and again as the photos become familiar. I let the images find a connection with each other, either sequentially or randomly related, but ultimately those with the most to say will float to the top. One of the most important parts of my making is recontextualizing the images by changing the photograph's dimensions. I reduce the size so that each photo becomes one component, one cell, one fragment, one among hundreds or thousands of others like it. Together they become the layers of strata, the pattern, the texture, and the topography of the finished piece. I test a range of sizes for each work. Sometimes they take shape as ribbons of repetitive images resembling film strip. Others are sized individually as small as 1/4 by 1/2 inch. After exploring the possibilities of size in regard to pattern and texture, how dense, how sparse, what happens to the color, what happens to the images once they've been reduced, I select which photos I want to use. Those chosen are digitally rendered in large grids for printing. Once the prints are completed, each photograph is set free. In other words, they are each cut apart, they are sorted into piles, then each piece is applied individually to a soft substrate.